as the reasoning? Was it Coach Kiffin? Was it Coach Saban?
Yeah, it was Coach Saban a couple days before. He didn't say that I wasn't going to start a couple days before. I really didn't know till, maybe an hour before the game. But yeah, the reasoning was athleticism, and that's what was laid out for me. But anyway, it doesn't matter now.
Jake, what do you see when you look at the Michigan State defense? And do they remind you of anybody you played this year?
I mean, they kind of remind me of a lot of the teams we played. They're real physical. Real smart. They're going to be where they're supposed to be, and they're athletic on top of that. So they're a well-rounded team, and it's going to be something we got to be ready for.
Is their press coverage similar to what you see in practice from Alabama in terms of how they put the corners on islands and such?
I mean, they're real talented, and we got a real talented defense. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar.
Anybody jump out on film individually for them when you watch them?
Collectively as a group, I think that they're all, a real impressive team. They all make plays, and like I said, they're going to be where they're supposed to be. So, as far as they're all, as a team, they're really impressive.
What's Lane Kiffin like as a coach?
He makes things a lot easier for me and for the rest of the guys. The plans he puts together, he really knows how to attack a defense, and so for us, it's nice to have a guy like that where he's dialing up plays that are there.
What did you know about him before you got here? I mean, what was your impression of him? Obviously, he's kind of a polarizing figure.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know too much. I was coming in, I was kind of expecting anything, so I guess it's kind of similar to what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Do you see him as an odd couple with Nick Saban?
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie, I was surprised because you see them too. It's just kind of crazy. Two different sides of the spectrum or whatever, but it's worked out well, and we're doing well right now, so I'm excited about it.
In what way? In what way are the two different sides?
I think you know how they're different. I mean, they're different.
But you kind of mentioned it worked out. I mean, it's very much an odd couple kind of situation with them. So when you watch there on the sidelines, what are you seeing from their interaction?
It's just two different kind of mindsets, I think, and it's Coach Saban. He's, I guess, more traditional, more on task or whatever. And Coach Kiffin's got that same. He's determined. Does everything, works his tail off and everything. But it's just he's kind of more wide open it's funny to watch just because they're so different, but. I think it's a good relationship.
I remember seeing earlier in the year when you were kind of still finding your way in the offense. Nick would be the last one you spoke to on the sidelines after you came off the field. He would be. What was he kind of saying to you? It seemed like putting his hand on your shoulder, that kind of thing.
It was really just shaking hands and good job, and kind of let's move on to the next one.
We hear a lot. We've asked Michigan State a lot about playing an SEC team. What's your perception of the Big Ten?
I mean, a big, strong conference, like Ohio State last year. Big, strong. They're, a lot like us. They got talent, real talented guys. Play fast and play physical, and it's something we're definitely not going to overlook.
And then I'm sure you were asked this long ago, but just walking in blind on you, what was some of the major differences between Florida State and Alabama in terms of the football programs, how they're run?
Honestly, they run pretty much exactly the same. Because Coach Fisher, he coached for Coach Saban, and I mean, literally everything from the fourth quarter, the training program, the routine before games, it's the same thing.
What did you take from that experience? Every experience helps people like yourself that are successful. What do you think you took from there that's helped you have some success in Alabama here?
I think I learned a lot from the coaches over there, especially how to play the quarterback position. But on top of that, just keep focused on the task at hand, and just keep working, and things will eventually work out.
How much interest did you have any interest from Alabama?
Out of high school?
Coming out of high school, yeah.
It's kind of a confusing story, but I didn't have any offers till the end of my junior year, that summer going into my senior year, and. Florida State was the first. I thought Florida State and Alabama were the best two offers. Got Florida State at the beginning of the summer, and when you're going through recruiting, nobody in my family had ever gotten recruited by big schools like that, recently, and recruiting's pretty crazy. But I felt like can't do much better than Florida State, so I'm taking Florida State. And it was a business decision. I love Florida State, love the people there. I don't regret any decisions I ever made. But I sure am glad I'm in this position right now.
So you did end up getting a family?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Towards the end.
Gotcha. And you ran the wing tee as a junior, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. How many times did you throw the ball here?
I don't know, probably about 15 times in my junior year. And senior year it changed up a little bit. I got to throw the ball, so it was a good change.
Jake, do you notice the difference with Derrick Henry, like 30 carries a game, 40 carries a game? I mean, afterwards, is he exhausted? I mean, all those extra hits and all that. Like, what's the difference?
Like I said, he doesn't. He's the only guy out there that doesn't change. He wears everybody out, and he's still going. But I mean, he's obviously. I mean, he's the biggest dude out there. Runs faster than everybody else. It's just the guy's a freak.
Coach Saban talks a lot about the process. What is the process?
Basically, whatever's on the schedule, that's what's on your mind at all times while we're doing that, and that's it. So, as long as you're focused on what you're doing at the time, we'll be all right. But as soon as you drift off, that's when you get in trouble.
Now, is the process more important than results? I mean, does he talk about results? I mean,
Doesn't talk about results. It's all. I mean, if you're focused on the process, then the results will come.
How have you seen Lane develop as an offensive play caller in the last 2 years? Like last year, you were obviously on the sidelines, but how have you seen him develop?
I think he stayed. I mean, he's pretty much stayed the same. It's just his play calling's changed based off his players. I think he does a really good job of really calling plays that benefit the offense most based off our strengths, and I think he does a great job, and he's done one heck of a job to help me out a lot. So I appreciate what he's done, and I think he's doing a great job.
Those play